Oh, here's a black guy, and he seems to be speaking some truth about slavery and about what black people, how they just use slavery as an excuse. Not the first guy. The first guy you're seeing is going to be the usual suspect, bitching and complaining, whitey and slavery. But this other guy, and the other guy that actually sets him straight seems like he'd be a problem, based on his speech pattern and the way he looks and his anger. But at least he has some semblance of knowledge about slavery and what happened way back when. So watch this.
People got some nerve convincing half the world that we're violent. Same racist ancestor that captured and tormented my ancestors for profit.
Stop looking past the fact that they fucking bought your motherfucking ass. They ain't oppressed and slave and capture your motherfucking ass. They bought you, nigga, from the other niggas that was selling you. Y'all keep trying to forget the fact that Africa had slaves. They sold their slaves. What fucking part you ain't getting? The black people enslaved you first, you stupid motherfucker. The white people bought you and then freed you. Can we say the fucking real? Stop living in the fucking past. You can't keep blaming the violence of today on shit from back then. It would never change.
White people got...
Bravo, my brother. He makes great points right there. People seem to think that white people took their big sailing ships, right? And they went to Africa. And then in those frilly, the frilly shirts and their nautical ship wear, their cruise wear, they just bolted into the jungles of Africa and somehow were able to just gather up a shitload of black people, not knowing the terrain, the land, the predators that are in the African jungles and on the African plains, and were able to get one over on people that had lived in that environment for millennia, that hunted and fought wars with other tribes and built their villages, and somehow these white people, complete fish out of water, were able to run in there and just chain up a bunch of black people, put them on the ships, and take them back to their home country to be slaves. People believe that. Instead of what really happened. Obviously, there were tribes in Africa that were stronger and smarter, had better weaponry, more powerful than other tribes. And when they went to battle with these tribes, they would take them as slaves. And some of these, the heads of these tribes got the great idea that why don't we sell some of these slaves to other tribes and other people? And when Whitey turned up and went like, we could use a few of them. And they started giving them like amazing trinkets and things for their slaves. That's how slaves were sold to the white societies and countries like England, and then over to the United States and a lot of South America. There were a lot of South Americans, Hispanics, people, descendants from Spaniards that had slaves, black African slaves sold into slavery by other black Africans. And, like that guy said, yeah, white people bought slaves and then a relatively short period of time later, freed them. White ownership of slavery didn't really last that long. It wasn't the thousands of years that slavery has existed in places like the Middle East and Africa. So that guy's spitting some truth, yo.